right? So
yeah.
creep.
All right, so we have Alvin with us. He's a
Hey.
Model 3 performance owner.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming in.
no problem.
Yeah, so you've driven the car, you've had a go at it. We've spent some time chatting about the car, so I thought it'd be nice to have you on board to just give a different perspective and opinion, because we look for different things in the car. So yeah, we just talk about the interior, the driving experience, and the overall feeling we get in the car. And lastly, then we can have a comparison between the Tesla Model 3 and the Polestar 2. So yeah, let's start with the design. Right? How do you find the overall design of the vehicle on the interior?
Yeah, I think visually when you step in, just feel like a car, right?
Yeah.
How a car should look like. So if you come from an ICE car, you just look like a car to you, right? But if you feel, I think, a cleaner aesthetic, right? But while not sacrificing with that premium feel, right? You still get a lot of that note of like accent, the color, the choice of material, right? So definitely a very premium look and feel, right? So from, I think, aesthetically very pleasing, very nice, right? Especially when in the back with that panel roof,
yeah, right? Yeah,
it's amazing, and with that signature Polestar. So.
Yeah, I like the materials used though. Throughout the car, I like the grey tones and the highlight. This belt.
Yeah,
like it's not like a fantastic gold or anything, right? But the fact that because the car has a very dull tone to it, it's very Scandinavian grey. Everything is very neutral. This adds a bit of a pop.
Yeah,
and I think it's a nice touch. So they even went on to the UI, right? So if you see the UI, it's also, I'm not sure whether this is to match the Polestar, but voila, you
orange,
see. Yeah, I think if they really meant it to match, then it's orange. It's a nice touch, I feel. Yeah.
But generally, all in all, I think it feels like a premium car.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, not like the supercar level, right? But yeah, coming from a Model 3, right? I feel like this is something different, right? Again, to a color, it has that pop, that contrast, which I like also.
Correct. So how do you find this though? So they have moved the air conditioning to the top here, mainly because they have your speaker grill and your screen here, right? So how do you feel about this aspect of it?
I think that's fine, right? And these are utility that every car has it, and every car position it slightly differently, but it don't make or break the decision whether to buy a car. It depends on where the air condition is, but I think it's nice. Just that I think I feel bad here, right? The dash is a bit too high.
Too high, right? Yeah.
Right, and the visibility you get is kind of like squished, so you don't get a lot of. But the good thing is like the car is higher, so give you a bit of that room to actually see further, right? And I mean it drives like well, but maybe if the windscreen can be
a bit more view, right?
It'd be nicer.
Correct.
Right.
So I agree with you. So let's say when you're in the front, right, the car feels a bit claustrophobic. I mean, when you hop onto the back, and maybe if you don't have really tall passengers in front, there's decent leg room for 4 passengers in the car. Yeah. And because of this roof, it gives you the car is very open, it's very spacious. But when you're up front, you don't get to enjoy the glass roof as much. And then the windows are short, both left and right, and the front. So it feels it's like you're peeping out of a very small window.
Just on the dash also, it's a bit
it's a bit raised, right? Yeah.
So but I think it's fine on this side. It's okay as a passenger, but when you're driving, you should get a bit more visibility.
Yeah. So one thing nice about the screen is you just gotta put it into gear. You can toggle between full speedo mode, or you could get it to go into like a map mode.
Like a hybrid.
Yeah, correct. So you can.
Okay.
It's kind of like the Model S Plaid, right? They have it here also.
Yeah. It's a nice blend.
Yeah, it is.
All the information.
It's actually a very nice screen.
Yeah.
It looks very matte.
It's matte. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's very different from this one.
Correct.
That one also is a bit hidden inside. Yeah. Right. Blocks out all the light. So it's the color can be a bit more pop. So So I think I like this screen.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you feel like in the next version, let's say there's a Polestar 3 or 2.5, how do you think they could, some areas that based on your personal preference you think you would change or have some tweaks?
The windscreen.
The windscreen.
Yeah, I think it's the number one thing that I came in. Because I've seen the Polestar a few months ago.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the immediate feedback I jumped into the driver's seat is like, wow, it feels so claustrophobic, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the number one. Right. Number two is more of the screen, the center screen.
Yep.
I think it could be a bit better, right? A bit messy, right?
Yeah.
A bit of a learning curve,
Yep.
right? It's like a tablet. Like literally a tablet with apps that you can configure how you want to place it, right? But again, I only have a few hours, like maybe less than an hour with this, right? So maybe with enough time, you'll get used to where all the function or the placement are, right? And then you can build that muscle memory on it, then you should be fine as a driver.
Yeah. So I think they've broken this down into like 4 corners of the screen. So ideally, if it's like if I'm driving, right, the one thing I would want is to be able to stash my main apps all the way to the driver's side. So maps is here. So it'd be nice if they allow us to put the apps
closer to the
right.
driver, right?
Correct.
But I think what is good is the tap zone is very huge.
Correct.
Right? Especially when you drive, right? You don't want to tap something that's very tiny.
Correct.
Right? Because your finger will be all around the place.
Right.
Right? And then you don't hit it, and then you have to like look at the road and then look at the screen.
Correct.
So I think it's good. Like give you a good tap zone, a tap target for you to tap.
Yeah. So the thing is, the icons almost feels bigger than the, like let's say if you want to get into the drive settings, right? Like this tab area is slightly smaller than the apps. Yeah.
Oh, so let me see. Oh, so a bit of wasted space.
Correct.
It could have
been enlarged.
Yeah.
So
okay, these are software, so they can fix it probably.
Yeah, but all in all, I think the interior wise, even infotainment, Spotify, all this, it works pretty well. It's quite smooth. I think I'm happy for the infotainment that they have gone full Android. Yeah, I think that's a good touch. But how do I cancel my trip? Oh,
there you go.
Right. Yeah. So there's a few tabs to get rid of things. Yeah. So another thing that I'm not sure, maybe you haven't realized yet, but so I'm not a fan of the center console at all. It's really just empty, cheap plastic, and if you're on the passenger side when you drive, your knees are going to constantly. So when you turn, right, just now while you were doing your turns and stuff, I was like, plop, plop, plop. And then another thing, if you start driving this car, so I've been driving it for about 3 days now. So when you try to use the screen or like reach your menu, this gear,
the shifter,
shifter is in the way. Small things like this, and then your armrest, right? Like when if you drive like that,
you no support, right?
There's no support. And but then you can move this forward. But then you lose the cup holder. Oh
wait, so this one you can move here.
Correct, you can move it forward.
And to block.
Yeah, and then one more thing, right, is because everything is so raised, the minute you put a bottle here,
no way. How can I drive? So
your hands are on the bottle.
Yeah,
correct. And then if you want to have another drink, you open this up, you can have another drink, but then this whole thing is exposed. Like it's just open, you can't close it anymore.
Could be a bit more thoughtful, I feel.
Yeah, so I just feel like the ergonomics of this center console, I really don't know why it's here, but
okay. Feedback number 2. Remove the shifter, right?
Yeah, correct. So you really don't need the shifter.
You don't even need the whole center.
Correct. So I'm not sure whether this has something to do with the XC40. Whether they have the transmission tunnel that's running. I really have no idea, but I guess it might be because Centerline they have the whole thing.
Even that tunnel is
correct. Now small things like this play button we mentioned, just to give you music volume controls, which can be done here. And the play button, which is very finicky actually.
Let me try. Oh yeah.
It's very plastic. Like, even if
it doesn't give you a
premium
nice feedback, right?
Yes, correct.
So everything can be done on that control, right?
Yeah, but you can't play music with this button. This one pulls up the audio.
Okay, put that there and remove this, right?
Yes, correct.
Because like this only has one job, right?
Correct.
It's not doing its job. So fire that button.
And one more thing, the cables, right? So
cable management.
I really don't like it that they have caps on the cables. Okay, number one, you use it, you have to pull it out.
Okay.
And then even if you pull it out, right, your cables are
in the way.
Then one hack around it is to put it behind your screen, right?
Can you tuck it that way?
Yeah, you can also tuck it the other way. So if you have to charge something and it comes forward, the cables are in the way of your screen.
Like that.
Yeah. So that works.
Wait. What do you usually use that for? To charge your phone?
To charge whatever you want to charge.
Okay.
So it won't be here in the first. This is wireless charging, but if you have a passenger, then someone's going to use the cable.
Okay, I'm gonna try the wireless charging.
Yeah.
Is it here?
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, okay. I can see another thing that I'm gonna.
I gotta move the cables.
No, like.
Yeah, the phone is not facing you, right? And you gotta fit it in nicely into the slot. Yeah. And you can't tell whether or not it's charging.
Yeah, so two things exactly. So I'm trying to say, right? Like when you put a phone, there's no like feedback whether is it charging or not. Maybe you can turn on the sound on your phone.
Yeah.
But then like once you place it down here, it doesn't tell you that anywhere on the screen that it's charging, right? So it might not charge because some people might put it like that. I'm not sure if it works like that or the other way.
Yep.
Right? So and you can't see the screen also.
Yeah,
sometimes you want to see the screen.
Yep.
So yeah, I would have loved it if the charger is facing the other way.
The other way, right?
Like that instead.
Correct.
Like that.
Facing the drivers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, small issues. I think the center console just could use some improvement. Even the mini storage bins that are by your legs. You can't put much lah. It's quite useless.
What do you put? Your name tag?
Yeah.
Let me see a bottle. There's a bottle here.
Does it fit?
It's
barely
shut out.
Shut out, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think more or less is and one more thing is that the screen, the home button is right here, right? Like we're at the home page, it's wires. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, sorry. Yeah, so if you're on the home screen, it took me a while to realize that the home button is this button, and there's no, it's not like your Android phone. If you swipe up, yeah, it pulls up the.
Oh, okay.
Correct. So it's not right. Like from the top, you can swipe down, but from the bottom, when you swipe up, you pull up the
quick control.
And then when you're driving, you're not going to do that, like swipe up and then.
Yeah, and then this is also in a way.
And this will be in a way.
Right.
So small things which I think they will fix it eventually.
Okay, maybe do it landscape.
Do it landscape, right?
Yeah, so that maybe the screen starts from here.
Yeah.
It's a bit taller.
Yeah.
At least your interaction zone is
correct. It's
somewhere
like,
up there, rather than you have to go all the way down.
To the bottom. Yeah. Correct.
So
yeah, and also the air conditioning. So my arms are a bit longer than usual, so I can reach it. But someone who's
they have to like
reach forward and go for it. So small kinks in the car, which it's a very day-to-day thing. Every day you'll be interacting with small things like this. I think for me it matters because it's an everyday thing, right? You come into the car, you want to play the music, it's here, but then it's here. You got to do this. Yeah. So that
can be a bit more seamless.
So I think anything else you have for the interior, like this guy's fine.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I can see. You can take it out, right?
Yeah, you can. You can target.
Force it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty standard.
Yeah, everyone does that.
Oh, it's not?
It's not.
Press it?
No, you just open it up.
Okay.
Yeah, small things like this. But so
what is this for then?
I think it's a very European thing. So they tend to have like parking tickets and paper in which they just slot it.
Like this here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, pretty standard.
Yeah.
But I really like the roof.
Yeah.
Something.
Nice. And the Polestar light at the top, right? It's a nice touch.
Yeah. So I think like the back seat probably feels a bit okay. So in the front seat you get a bit more leg room.
Yeah.
But if you're at the back seat, then you don't exactly get the bad seat because you get all the view, right? Which the front doesn't get.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's it for the design. Otherwise, it's quite basic. It's quite similar to any other ICE. Yeah, I think it's a great, it's a great transition car, right? If you're coming from a ICE vehicle or a hybrid, when you step into this car, you won't be intimidated by it.
Yeah.
Because your gears are still here, your signals, your wipers, the basic controls are still all on your steering wheel.
Yeah.
Your boot is still a physical buttons, even the manual, the catch on the front. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's an ICE chassis. So you're going to feel quite familiar in this car. And I think it was designed to be that way, like a transition vehicle. And the glossy piano black things here is going to catch quite a lot of dirt.
Yeah, it's really showing dust.
Yeah, correct. But nice logo though. Nice touch here. Yeah. Memory seats, window. Yeah, the window is a bit like you got to be like chicken.
Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit short.
Gotta be a salt bay.
Singapore salt bay.
Yeah.
but I realized the seat doesn't hug you as much,
Yeah.
right? So I think these are minor things, right? But if
Yeah.
you drive every day,
Correct.
these are the things that matters to you. Right?
Yeah, so I think short drives it's quite a nice firm seat. But if you're gonna do like a full day, 3-4 hours drive, it's gonna get a bit.
And doesn't have a good lumbar support
Yeah,
also.
it's gonna get a bit tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all these are adjustable. Yeah. Good.
3 days in the Polestar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of time though. I spent like each day was about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so the interior, how's the drive?